Welcome to the video lectures on the course Radiation and Microwave Techniques. We are going through unit number 1, that is Fundamental Theory of Radiation and Radiating Elements. This is lecture number 3, which focuses on antenna parameters, and this is the part 2 of antenna parameters. So these are the contents that will be covered in this video lecture. The first, learning outcomes, some antenna parameters like radiation field density, radiation field intensity, directivity of antenna, efficiency of antenna, and the gain of antenna, and the formulas of all these parameters. Learning outcomes, after completion of this lectures, the student will be able to understand different parameters of antennas like radiation field density, radiation field intensity, directivity, antenna efficiency, and the gain. Now we will go through each of this parameter of antenna one by one, starting with the radiation field density. Usually the radiation power density is the radiated power by antenna per unit area. The electromagnetic waves, they are used to transport information from one point to other point through a wireless medium or through a guiding structure. It is then natural to assume that the power and the energy are associated with the electromagnetic field. The quantity used to describe the power associated with the electromagnetic waves is the instantaneous Poynting vector W, denoted by W, is equal to the cross product of electric field intensity and the magnetic field intensity. Since the Poynting vector is the power density, the total power crossing a closed surface can be obtained by integrating the normal component of Poynting vector over the entire surface. So the power is the surface integration of power density dot ds, which is equal to W dot n cap dA, where n cap is unit vector normal to the surface and dA is the infinitesimal area of the closed surface expressed in meter square. So for applications of time varying fields, it is often more desirable to find the average power density that can be obtained by integrating the instantaneous Poynting vector W over a period and dividing by the period. So you can see over here the average power density is half of real part of cross product of E and H field. So from this, the radiated power, that is the average power radiated by antenna, it can be calculated as the surface integration of average power density dot ds, which is equal to half of surface integration of real part of cross product of electric field and the magnetic field dot ds. So now coming to the isotropic antenna. An isotropic antenna, it is an ideal source which radiates equally in all the directions. As we know, it is not possible practically, but this isotropic antenna, it provides reference with which we can compare the parameters of the antenna which is under test. Because of its symmetric radiation, the Poynting vector, that is W, it will not be the function of spherical coordinates theta and phi. It will only have radial component. So the power density of isotropic antenna, denoted by W naught, is given as the power radiated per unit area into AR bar, that is power radiated divided by 4 pi r square into AR bar, where AR is the unit vector in the direction of area where it is getting radiated, and it is this radiation power density is expressed in watts per meter square. So remember, the formula for radiation power density is radiated power divided by 4 pi r square. Now we will see the second parameter related to antenna, that is the radiation intensity. Radiation intensity is in a given direction is defined as the power radiated from an antenna per unit solid angle. So the unit of measuring radiation intensity is watt per sterdian. So now if I am having an antenna that is radiating in this direction, and if this is the average radiated power density, then the distance, this distance is r. If I am having such data with me, I can calculate the radiation intensity denoted by U as the average radiated power into power density into r square. This WRAD is representing the radiation density and U is radiation intensity. For an isotropic antenna, we know what is the value of radiation density, that is power radiated divided by 4 pi into r square. So if we put the value of isotropic antenna's radiation density, we can get the radiation intensity of isotropic antenna denoted by U naught is equal to r square into P radiated divided by 4 pi r square, they will get cancelled out, and we get U naught equal to P radiated upon 4 pi. So from here we can conclude that the radiation intensity of isotropic antenna, it is independent with respect to the distance. One important point to be remembered from all that we have discussed till now is the radiated power by antenna can be calculated from radiation power density and also from the radiation intensity. So the radiated power from radiation power density is calculated by taking the surface integration. Here you can see the radiated power is equal to surface integration of radiation power density, and from the radiation intensity the radiated power can be calculated by taking the solid angle integration of radiation intensity. Now moving to the new topic, that is directivity of antenna. Directivity of an antenna is defined as ratio of radiation intensity in a given direction from the antenna to the radiation intensity averaged over all the directions. Stated more simply, we can say directivity of a non-isotropic antenna is equal to the ratio of its radiation intensity in a given direction over that of an isotropic source. So always we calculate the directivity with respect to the isotropic source. You can see over here the directivity is equal to U upon U naught. We know the radiation intensity of isotropic antenna is P radiated divided by 4 pi. After putting the values, we get the directivity as 4 pi U upon P radiated. Now if the direction is not specified, then it implies that the direction of maximum radiation intensity is expressed as D max equal to D naught equal to U max upon U naught, which is equal to 4 pi U max upon P radiated. Here D is directivity, D naught is maximum directivity, U is radiation intensity, U max is maximum radiation intensity, U naught is radiation intensity of isotropic source, and the P radiated is the total power radiated. So now from here, as we know, it is intensity divided by intensity. So directivity is a dimensionless quantity. Remember this point. The directivity in a decibel is given as 10 log to the base 10 of directivity. For an isotropic source, D naught is equal to 4 pi upon omega A, which is beam solid angle. It is defined as the solid angle through which all the power of antenna will flow if its radiation intensity is constant for all angles within the omega A. So for isotropic antenna, it radiates equally in all directions. So we know the sphere, it consists of 4 pi sterdian, right? So the number of solid angles in the sphere is equal to 4 pi. So d naught equal to 4 pi divided by 4 pi will be equal to 1. Always the directivity of isotropic source is 1, and for non-isotropic antenna always the directivity is less than 4 pi, that is the directivity is always greater than 1. Directivity is more idealistic quantity. It is founded at the output side, and we will go to the gain of antenna. It is more practical quantity and it is calculated at the input side. Before moving to the gain of antenna, we will first see the antenna efficiency. So associated with the antenna there are number of efficiencies and they can be defined. The total antenna efficiency is denoted with ET, and it is defined by taking into the consideration of different losses at the input terminal of antenna or within the structure of antenna. Such losses in the antenna, they can be because of the reflections, because of the mismatch between the transmission line and the antenna, or it can be a I square R loss, that is the conduction or the dielectric loss. So the total antenna efficiency denoted with ET is given as ER into EC into ED, where ER is the reflection efficiency because of the mismatch between the transmission line and the antenna. EC is the conduction efficiency, ED is dielectric efficiency. So usually this conduction efficiency and dielectric efficiency, they are very difficult to compute, but they can be determined experimentally. Even by the measurements they cannot be separated. So usually it is more convenient to write them together. So the efficiency is given as ECD, that is the conduction dielectric efficiency. So the total efficiency is equal to ER into ECD. Always this ECD, practically it should be less than 1 and ideally it should be equal to 1. The reflection efficiency is given as ER equal to 1 minus mod of tau square, where tau is the voltage reflection coefficient at the input terminal of antenna. This tau is given as Zin minus Z0 divided by Zin plus Z0, where Zin is the input impedance of antenna and Z0 is the characteristic impedance of the transmission line. So the total efficiency becomes ECD into 1 minus mod of tau square. So remember this equation of antenna efficiency, that is ET is equal to ECD 1 minus mod of tau square. Now coming to the antenna gain, this is one of the parameter again describing the performance of antenna. The gain of antenna is closely related to directivity. It is the measure that takes into account the efficiency of antenna. We will see that in our further discussion. Remember that the directivity is the measure that describes only the directional properties of antenna. Gain here is of antenna in any given direction is defined as a ratio of radiation intensity in a given direction to the radiation intensity that will be obtained if the power accepted by the antenna were radiated isotropically. The radiation intensity corresponding to isotropically radiated power is equal to the power accepted by the antenna divided by 4 pi, as that we know, P radiated by 4 pi. So gain of antenna is equal to 4 pi into radiation intensity divided by the total input power, which is equal to 4 pi u divided by Pn. Again here it is intensity divided by intensity, so gain is again a dimensionless quantity. If the direction is not stated, the power gain is usually taken in the direction of maximum radiation. Now let us see what is the relation between the gain and the directivity. So if we take the ratio of gain and directivity, we know this gain is measured at the input side as well as the directivity is measured at the output side. So we know the equations of gain as well as the directivity. The equation of gain is 4 pi u upon P in, and of that of directivity is 4 pi u upon P radiated. So what will happen, 4 pi u they will get cancelled, and just the P equation will remain as P radiated upon P input, which can be related to the conduction dielectric efficiency. As we know, output power upon input power is nothing but efficiency. So the gain is related with directivity as gain equal to the conduction dielectric efficiency into directivity. So calculating this in gain in dB is equal to 10 log to the base 10 the conduction dielectric efficiency into the directivity. So now if we consider the gain with the reflection efficiency as well, we know the reflection efficiency ER is equal to, it is 1 minus mod of tau square. So gain can be related with directivity as ECD into 1 minus mod of tau square into D. Hope you might have understood all the concepts that we have described, the antenna parameters that we have described in this video lecture. So summarizing this, we started with the term that is radiation density, antenna radiation intensity, then the directivity of antenna, efficiency of antenna, and at last we saw the gain of antenna. Thank you.